Hello, friends. Continuing with the subject health education and community pharmacy, we will continue with the further topic. The contents of the first chapter, that is concept of health, you already know. These are the contents of the first chapter. Till now, definition of health and hygiene we have covered. Aspects, that is the types of health, physical, mental, social, and spiritual. All these dimensions they are also called, we have covered. Then factors affecting health, that is the determinants of health. There are so many factors we have seen, that is the two categories are there, individual and surrounding. So how they can affect our any aspect of health we have studied in detail. Then factors promoting health, there are measures that we can follow so they can maintain our good health, they can promote our health. Now, indicators of health, we will see now. The question is asked on indicators of health. Now, as the word uh, indicator, the meaning is a particular thing that can indicate, which gives indication. So, indicators of health, what they will indicate? They will indicate health status of individuals. So, the meaning of indicators of health, the indicators are factors, parameters, which give information and are required to assess the health of community. So they give information regarding health only, health status of the persons living in community, living in society. These indicators are also useful to find out how far a given person is healthy. They are also required to compare the health between the communities and also in the same community over certain time period. So apart from comparison of health between the people of same community, of different community, these indicators are also required for providing health and nursing care. So whatever the programs that are carried out related to health, so to provide health care services, to provide nursing care, and on the same time the progress of health programs is also monitored. Monitoring is done, so whether these health programs they are which are provided to the people, they are effective or not, in what percentage they are effective. Then these indicators, they are calculated as a rate for a particular base over a definite period of time. Like say for example, 1,000 people and a particular period like 1 year. So a formula is also used, that also we will see. Now, classification types of indicators of health. These are some of the important types. Mortality indicators, simply we can say mrityu dar, death rate that can be determined. Then other is morbidity indicator, that is disease rate that is found. Then disability rates, the persons who are handicapped. So what is the percent of the people who are disabled, who are handicapped? That also can be found by these indicators. Then nutritional status indicators. Then healthcare service indicators, they are called healthcare delivery indicators or healthcare service indicators. And the last is utilization rate indicators. But here only three are important. In many books, other different are also given indicators, but whenever the classification asked is asked, even if you write down three main indicators, mortality indicator, morbidity indicator, and the healthcare service indicators, so that is also sufficient and anyone we can explain. We'll see now the first one, mortality indicator. Now, mortality rate, that is death rate, mrityu dar, that of any country, if it is high, that means the development of that particular country is very poor. Now, this mortality rate can be determined of adults, that is crude death rate is determined. Then it can be found of infants, like the children who are below 1 year of age, that is infant mortality rate. You must know the long form of IMR, infant mortality rate. Or this mortality rate can be found of the children who are below 5 years of age. So you must know long form of UFMR, under 5 mortality rate. We'll see this one by one. Now, crude death rate is considered a fair indicator of comparative health of people. So, the death rate of adults, isn't it? How it is found? So, the formula is there कि number of deaths that are registered in a year time period upon mean or average population during the year, multiply by 1000. So this is the formula that is used. It is defined as the number of deaths per 1000 population per year in a given community. Now, the usefulness of this indicator is limited because it is variable. The factors which are influencing this indicator is age, then sex, isn't it? Then socio-economic status and socio-cultural environment of the community. So, because of these factors, whatever the uh, results are there, statistical data is there, so that may get changed depending upon age, depending upon the sex, male or female, and their financial conditions and environmental conditions. Now, crude death rate in our India is 7 per 1000 population. This was estimated in 2014. Now, mortality indicator of infants, child below 1 year. So, here also the formula is used, that how infant mortality rate can be determined. So, that is number of deaths registered of these children who are below 1 year in a area upon live births registered, multiply by 1000. This is the formula that is used. Number of deaths registered upon number of live births registered, multiply by 1000. That gives infant mortality rate. Now this is the one of the reliable indicator, isn't it? And the current infant mortality rate that was estimated in 2014, that is the 40 per 1000 live births. In Haryana it is 41 per 1000 live births. So this infant mortality rate, it is very important. A high infant mortality rate of any country indicates that that country is underdeveloped or undeveloped. Now, whatever the countries are there, they can be either highly developed, like our Western countries, foreign countries, America, Argentina, Sweden, isn't it? So these are some of the countries. Norway, they are highly developed, isn't it? So there, the infant mortality rate is low, isn't it? Whereas our India is a developing country, isn't it? That means it is neither highly developed nor underdeveloped. We can't say that the India is underdeveloped, isn't? Whereas there are certain countries where the infant mortality rate is high. So, for example, Jordan, Nigeria, these are underdeveloped countries, isn't it? So, this is also one of the indicator which gives the development of a particular country, isn't it? Similarly, the under 5 mortality rate, UFMR, isn't it, is defined as number of deaths occurring in under 5 age group per 1000 live births, isn't it? This is the figure which is given. It was estimated in 2013 that the UFMR rate is 53 per 1000 live births, isn't it? Then the next indicator we will discuss, and that is morbidity indicator, disease rate indicator. So this indicator uh, determines the number of cases of disease found to occur in number of people in a particular population. Now here a base is taken, isn't it? Like say for example 1 lakh people or 1 million people, isn't it? And in that the study is carried out that how many persons are suffering from the disease. Now disease means what? Rog, azar, isn't it? Now there are different kinds of diseases. Regarding concept of disease, that is the second part of the chapter, we will study later on, and in that you will get the idea about the disease, the definition, and all other factors also. But the morbidity indicator estimates the persons who are diseased, who are suffering from the disease. So here there are so many kinds of diseases, so many different types of diseases. So the study of individual disease is carried out, isn't it? Say for example malaria. So now malaria happens in mostly, you can say, rainy season also, isn't it? So in that season, how many people are suffering from malaria, that can be found, hasn't it? Then other example is of tuberculosis. Now tuberculosis is because of poverty, economic inability, and malnutrition, isn't it? So we will see that later on, and in this fashion, all the diseases individually they can be determined, and that gives us the disease rate. So this indicator determines the disease rate, isn't it? Now the annual figures for morbidity rate gives the incidence of the disease, which is the number of new cases reported in the year. So every year, a particular time period and definite base that is taken, like 1 lakh people, 1 million people, and these figures can be given annual also, like 2019. So in 2019, how many people suffered from malaria? In 2019, how many people suffered from tuberculosis, isn't it? So recently, as we are going through the COVID-19 pandemic, all of you know corona. So you might have seen the news channels, isn't it? So in past days, the daily figures were given that in 24 hours how many people are suffering from the corona, how many cases, new cases are reported, how many cases they are getting cured, isn't it? Till now it is given, isn't it? So that is the statistical data, isn't it? In that we are getting disease rate also, as well as we are getting mortality rate also. How many people in 24 hours they are dying, isn't it? They are expiring. That also we get. So this is how the indicator works. Now by morbidity indicator we get about the incidence and prevalence also. You must know the incidence and prevalence. Incidence means what? The number of new events, new cases of disease within a specified period of time. Now this also incidence of any disease we can discuss or we can get, isn't it? Prevalence. Now, prevalence means what? The total number of all individuals who have an attribute or disease at a particular time, isn't it? Divided by population at risk of having attribute or disease at this point of time. That means what? Prevalence means what? In short, I will let you know. the people who are at high risk of getting disease, that is prevalence, isn't it? Incidence means the people who have already suffered, but prevalence means the people who are at high risks. There are maximum chances that they can suffer from this disease, isn't it? So this also is studied under morbidity indicator. Then third important parameter is healthcare service indicators. That is also called healthcare delivery indicators, isn't it? Now here, healthcare service indicators means the healthcare services which are available, isn't it, in the country. Now this we can study at country level also, or at district level also, or at state level also. Now whatever the healthcare services are there, they are variable in all our states, in different parts of the country. So just try to understand that healthcare services means the availability. These indicators reflect equity of distribution of health resources in different parts of the country and provision of healthcare. Now, how we can say that whatever the healthcare services are there, they are adequate. Now, they are determined from various ratios. Now, which type of ratios are there? Like, say, for example, doctor as to population ratio, isn't it? Now, how many doctors are there for a particular population, isn't it? Now, at least it must be one doctor for 1700 people, but it is the reality is that there is one doctor against 3500. Similarly, the doctor as to nurse ratio also is there. It is not getting displayed on your screen. Doctor as to nurse. Now why nurse? Because doctors are also important, they are going to provide treatment, but on the same time nursing care is also very important, isn't it? So doctor as to nurse ratio is also very important. Then nurse as to population ratio. Now nursing care, how many, what is the ratio of the nursing staff, isn't it, as to population? So there are not only not there is not only not even one nurse against 1000 people also. So the nursing ratio is very less, isn't it? Then population bed ratio. Now whatever the population is there of a particular district also, if we take example, so according to that, the number of beds that are available in hospital, that is also very important, and that is 8.9 per 10,000, isn't it? Then population health center ratio is also very important. Here population bed ratio is there, isn't it? Population has to beds for get the persons, for the people who are when suffering from severe diseases, so they have to get admitted in hospital. So for them the bed must be there, and that ratio is also very important. Similarly, the population health center ratio is also very important. So for a particular population, how many hospitals are there in a particular district, so that ratio is also very important. This is about the healthcare service indicators. Now this is the distribution of the health resources, isn't it, in either district we can say, or the different parts of the country we can say. Now here, the indication of health status does not depend only on availability of healthcare services, but it depends on extent to which these services are utilized. So in your syllabus, utilization rate indicator is not there. We need not go in detail, because those indicators, as we have seen in first in classification, utilization rate indicator determines the actual utilization, that how these healthcare services are getting utilized. When they will get utilized, then and then only the health of individuals will get improved, isn't it? So that is very important. Similarly, nutritional status indicators are there, sanitation indicators are there, socio-economic indicators are there, isn't it? Quality of life indicators are there. Different kinds of indicators are there, but at diploma level, you must know these three indicators, that is mortality indicator, morbidity indicator, and healthcare service indicators. Now, the small question is asked on the ideal characteristics of indicators of health. The ideal properties, what a ideal indicator must have, isn't it? So that is also very important. Now, first quality characteristic of indicator is that it must be valid. Now, you have to understand the meaning of these characteristics also. The indicator must be valid. Now it means that it should actually measure what they are supposed to measure, isn't it? Like, say for example, just to make you understand the meaning of valid, you have valid identity proof. Now there, for example, Aadhaar card is your valid ID proof. So whenever it is required, you can give your Aadhaar card, Aadhaar number. That is a valid ID proof, we can say. But instead of Aadhaar card, if you are giving your any school certificate or a 12th mark sheet or 10th mark sheet, isn't it? So we can't say that it is a valid, because just to make you understand that valid document wherever required, that only document suffice the role, isn't it? So here the first character of the indicator is it must be valid. Then other is it must be reliable. That means the result should be same when measured by different people in similar circumstances. It must be reliable. That means anyone can measure, the results must be same. Then it must be sensitive. Now, what is the meaning of this character sensitive? That it should be sensitive means that when the situation is getting changed, or when the say for example, a particular person is suffering from a particular disease, so at that time the percentage of his health is determined, like he is 75% suffering from disease. But when the treatment is started, and after 1 week 2 weeks again when the health is measured, so we must get whether the health is improved or not, whether the treatment is effective or not, isn't it? So when the treatment is effective, automatically his health status will increase. At that time, instead of 75%, he may be just 25% suffering from disease. So that is sensitivity of the health indicator. Then specific. Now they should reflect changes only in the situation concerned, isn't it? So specificity is also very important character of indicators of health. Then feasible. They should have the ability to obtain data when needed. So feasibility means what? Ki whenever we need data, whenever we need statistical figures, isn't it? So we must be able to obtain the figures, to obtain the data. That is feasibility. Then last character of indicator is it must be relevant. They should contribute to the understanding of phenomena of interest. Relevant means what? Ki whenever we are using a particular indicator, so after using that, whatever the results we get, we must be able to understand the condition of the patient, and also according to the results that we get, we must be able to find out the conclusion of a particular disease, isn't it? So that is another quality of indicator of health. So once again I repeat that these ideal characteristics of indicator that it must be valid, it must be reliable, sensitive, specific, feasible, and relevant. Then one more uh, term you must know, and that is Sullivan's index. Now, Sullivan's index means what? It refers to expectation of life free of disability. Now, there are life expectancy indicators also. Life expectancy means what? The age up to which male or female will live. This is also the another indicator of health status of community, isn't it? Now, in connection to this, the Sullivan's index that estimates the expectation of life which is free from disability. So, Sullivan's index is useful to find out the life expectancy of, here it is given of country, we can find out of country also, but we can find out about the district or state also, the life expectancy of the people of a particular state of a particular country, isn't it? How we get this? So life expectancy of the people minus probable duration of bad disability and inability to perform major activities. So which period is subtracted? The period in which they were admitted in hospital, they were suffering from disability, they were handicapped, isn't it? And also they were not able to perform major activities. So that period of the life that is subtracted, and by subtracting that period we get the actual expectation of life free of disability. That is the meaning of Sullivan's index. So it is considered as one of the most advanced indicator currently available, isn't it? So here, by this indicator, we get the low level of health can be determined, and the high level of health also on the same time we can be determined by this. Now, if we speak about our country, so in our country, child mortality rate and crude death rate, they are quite large, isn't it? So it is very important, and it is necessary to take the precautions, measures, suitable measures that will improve the health of the community. So that is all about the indicators of health. Thank you.